Never gonna feel no other kind.
Hey guys, hope you're doing well. Got a great update because I got the heads up from Discount Tire that the tires I have ordered have been delivered, so we're going to start loading up to head that way and get the new wheels installed. I'm really excited to get these on the car because it's going to be an all new look altogether, new sizing, new color, just new style. And these actually can all get loaded up in the Fusion. You put one in the passenger seat, two in the back seat, one in the trunk, and there is your 4. For the record, yes, this setup is gonna go for sale, but that's for later in the video. The tires that I currently have are a set of Falcon Pro G5 Sports, and I was initially gonna go with basically the same sets, just get them in a new spec for the 20-inch wheels, because honestly, I think they're a good balance of comfort, reliability, and a little bit of performance. The thing is, they told me at Discount Tire that these tires are gonna be discontinued, so if anything happens, I won't be able to get them replaced with the same tire. So they actually referred me to the Nitto Motivos, and honestly, it works out pretty well because I'm a big fan of Nitto tires from my car club days with the Camaro. I had a set of Nitto tires, and honestly, a bunch of my friends had Nitto tires as well. You could always see from the tire lettering because that's kind of where it's a little bit more prominent. The seat tire lettering, they are still going to be the same spec as the Falcons were going to be, so it works. Look at that color in the sun.
Did I make it?
So the main thing that we had to account for is because there's a cap for the lug nuts, we needed lug nuts that didn't have like big blocky end. The lug nuts that we're using don't have a closed off end, so basically they can fit underneath the cap. They only had one set left, so we got very lucky, but shout out to Felix for hooking us up because we've been coming to him for ever since we were little, and he's always taken really good care of us.
3 hours later.
Can you move it along? I'm all out of time cards.
Alright guys, we are home, and I was going to film a little bit more over there, but a lot was pretty busy and it was also pretty loud over there. But there was one guy that I caught just driving down that said he liked the car, so that was pretty cool. But let me go ahead and walk you through the wheel and tire setup because they did a great job and these look absolutely gorgeous. So I'm really happy with how it came out. So I'm really happy with how the car is looking. Again, these are Kratos CR102s wrapped in a set of Nitto Motivos 255 35 20s, and this is like very fresh because you can see that like there's still like all the little gunk and whatever that they actually use whenever they're actually mounting wheels on tires. So it's gonna need a little bit of cleaning up, but nonetheless it looks really good. Definitely really happy that I upgraded the brakes way back when because it gives it much more of a nice profile altogether. And thing I'll say about this is the color really pops. So I was basically going a little bit back and forth and just like how I was at least anticipating that the colors were gonna look, because it's essentially like a gray based wrap, I'll say, with a silver wheel. And I've seen some similar, but nothing really to the extent of this specifically because this is like a very specific type of wrap that's going to change a lot in the color. I definitely think that just based on lighting situations, it helps one or the other pops. So basically in one situation, you're going to get a little bit more of the wheels popping, and then another situation you're gonna get a little bit more of the wrap popping, which I definitely really like because it's definitely something that I kind of wanted. You know, that's why I wanted to get a color shifting wrap, because that just kind of makes it so where you can see it a little bit differently in different scenarios. But I definitely think these play really well together. And I did drive it around a little bit already, and it did really well. Main thing is it doesn't really feel very different, honestly. It's only 2 inches bigger than the wheels that I had, so it's not really gonna be much of a difference. And granted, Fusions from the factory can come with up to 19-inch wheels, I believe. I'm not sure if there's 20-inch wheels. If there's 20-inch wheels available from the factory, you guys let me know. But because of that, it's still a wheel that's very capable for this vehicle, so it doesn't really give much of a difference in the driving experience. You can still U-turn and everything just fine. There's no rubbing whatsoever. I did U-turn on the way out. Even drove down to Starbucks and they butchered my name pretty bad. But realistically, they only really get my name right when I order ahead, but this was probably the worst that they've ever spelt it. But I'm definitely really happy with how it came out because, you know, all this stuff that I've been doing to this car doesn't really have like a direct one-to-one example of how it's gonna be. So it is kind of not necessarily a gamble, but a lot of game planning. So, you know, just kind of having a lot of black accents so that the wheels can kind of pop a little bit more and not having any chrome on the vehicle. There's still a lot to do, granted. I've told you guys about that list that I have. So there's at least 4 different things that are each gonna be like very, very in-depth that I'm gonna have to do. But nonetheless, this is gonna be essentially an entirely different car for Fusion Flood because I had a different grill at Fusion Flood, I had different wheels, I had a different color. And honestly, it feels really, really good to finally have addressed the wheels because I love the wheels. I love the old wheels specifically. I feel like they did a great job. But now that I am getting a little bit more into the Fusion community, I definitely want to kind of step up the look overall. And I think these do it really, really well because this fitment is also really, really solid. So I will say that I didn't want to run spacers or anything, so I wanted to get a wheel that fit really, really well with just the arches of the vehicle. So usually what I go for, or at least what I try to go for, my ideal scenario is having the outer section of the wheel well, so basically like this little curve right here reaching the face of the wheel itself. And did a really, really good job of that. This lines up very, very well. And it's basically that same way all around. So these are pretty aggressive. Nonetheless, it kind of opens the door for what I would like to do. I would love to bag this car and basically like doing it like this. You get a really, really nice tuck right there. But it's very expensive. So I say it more casually that I want to do it because it's something that would take a lot of effort, specifically just doing other things here and there. But nonetheless, the fitment on these is absolutely great. So definitely really happy about this, and definitely make sure to check out Kratos wheels because they have so many nice designs. I already have my eyes on a handful more that I would love to get. Just the overall profile looks really, really good. You can see the drilled and slotted rotors looking really, really good. Plays really, really well with the front lip. I want to give a big shout out to Felix for hooking me up. If you want to see more specifically how this lines up, I'm going to put my foot down right here so you can see a little bit more of like the perspective just like being flat. And we're going to come up. And right there, it's basically flat with my foot. It's a really, really good fitment. You can see right there. Now, as for the Focus ST wheels, I was originally going to keep them like as memento, but enough of you guys were saying that, you know, you're looking for a new set of wheels and asking if these are going to be for sale. So before I actually do put them for sale, I want to give you guys first dibs. So if you're interested in these wheels, feel free to shoot me a DM on Instagram. Just to kind of give you a little overall rundown, these are a set of 18x8 Focus ST Snowflakes, is basically what they're called, and they're custom painted in a metallic black and they're wrapped in Falcon tires. It's a direct bolt-on replacement and everything's going to stay together, so the wheels and the tires, and if you need the lug nuts, I can throw those in as well. Just know they're not going to be in pristine condition. The Fusion's my daily, so they're going to have just, you know, normal wear and rock chips and whatnot just from normal use. But I can definitely get into more specifics if you want to reach out. I apologize they're not here right now, specifically because I wasn't able to get them from Discount Tire. They're going to be picked up tomorrow. Thing is, I'm not looking to ship them. I had to ship the seats for the Tahoe and that was a whole ordeal. So if you're in the DFW area or Austin area, that's where I'm selling them. But I'll give it till probably the end of the month. If they're not sold by then, I'll probably post them somewhere online. But at least for you guys that were looking and commenting, here's your heads up. But that's going to do it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your week, and I will see you in the next one.